welcome back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show right here in your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.
And remember, our goal is always to guide you to personal and financial wellness.
Well, thank you for sharing our Saturday with the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. Every Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. for over 7 years now. We've been guiding you to personal and financial wellness, letting you know what's really happening in the real estate and financial world and your community and so much more. And somebody who's heavily involved in our community for years. She's a giver. She gives back to our community, and we love givers, and that's why we bring them back on the show. She's been on our show probably a dozen times. One of the real estate professionals we love working with, one of the best in the industry, and almost 25 years experience, Ms. Pam Ingram with RE/MAX. Thank you for joining us again.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
And I like our last segment, just in case you missed it. Again, you can go to hometownstation.com. There's live streaming there, or go to donandgino.com. There's live streaming there as well, where you can join our custom-built studio right at Skyline Home Loans in the Sunkist building, where we've been doing home loans and providing the dream of homeownership since 1985. That's right. And I've been doing it since 87. So a little while. But you were given tidbits on the market's challenging. We don't have enough inventory. Sellers want top dollar. Buyers want a perfect home. And you were given tidbits on how to be successful in probably one of the most challenging markets we've seen in a long time. So sellers want top dollar, right? Are some getting a little greedy maybe?
Some are getting a little greedy because they've been told that this is a seller's market because we have low inventory, which there's truth to that. But we also have very picky buyers who know that they want a home that is in good condition. So you've got a seller that doesn't want to fix a home. You've got a buyer that wants a perfect home. So you need to meet in the middle. And the best thing to do is to have a professional look at your home up front, go through the things that you know are a problem, either fix them or have an idea of what it's going to cost for the buyer to eventually have them fixed so that we have something to negotiate. Buyers can come in. They don't mind fixing things later, but they want to be compensated for those repairs.
Well, if you're a real professional like yourself, Pam, you can go through and say, all right, we know these are going to be issues. You know which ones are going to be issues and which are cosmetic. Meaning,
Yes.
hey, if you want repainting that or carpet, you get your own. Or we'll give you a closing cost credit to cover some of that.
Right.
But there's certain things, like you mentioned, a seller that, you knew that they weren't going to fix the spa.
Yes.
So you should have here's what it's going to cost to fix the spa, because if the buyer goes in not knowing what it's going to cost, and it may be $1,000, who knows? Right. I don't know. I'm just giving a round number.
I don't know.
And without figuring that out, what's bad is both sides don't know, and therefore it's a dividing rod, because both of them are afraid of what it's going to cost, rather than going, oh, how much does it cost? The seller knows and the buyer knows.
Right.
You can negotiate it.
It's the best thing to do up front is find out something that could be potentially a major repair. If the spa can't be fixed, if the spa has to be removed, you need to look into what those problems could be. And the buyer may not want the spa.
Right.
So they may be happy.
Especially if you don't even know if it works.
Right.
I mean, it'll cost you $1,500 to crane it over a house.
Yes. Yeah. So some of those, take care of them up front. Make your home appealing to a buyer. If the home is in the good neighborhood, well, location. If it's in good location, it's priced right, and it's in good condition, houses are going to sell quickly.
And what's nice is, see, the other part, Pam, I love is you're strong enough and professional enough and know what homes appraise for based on other homes, because some people just throw out a number. The problem is you will say, okay, which is very round numbers, my neighbor sold the home for $500, so I'm going to put mine up for $525. But that doesn't mean they're going to get $525 for their home.
No.
It could be based on condition, location, and so much more. Plus, you and I both know that actually overpricing a home eliminates most of your buyers.
Definitely, because they can't afford it, they're not going to look at it. And working with a professional lender like yourself, if they're pre-approved, a buyer comes in with a pre-approval letter, they are going to have to go through an appraisal process. If the house isn't going to appraise and that buyer isn't going to put in extra money, the deal's going to fall apart. That's what, together, we make sure that that doesn't happen.
So the key thing that we want to help you with out there is it can be very challenging in this market, but you're succeeding. We're succeeding with
Yes.
our buyers, and you're succeeding with your buyers and sellers. So the key thing that we can suggest to you is to make sure you work with a very experienced, knowledgeable real estate professional like Pam Ingram with Remax. How do they get a hold of you, by the way, Pam?
You can contact me on my office phone, 291-1726, or pamingram.com.
Pam Ingram. That's pretty easy. Just as you Ingram's got to figure it out.
We
no
do.
Doubt. But you can work with a professional. So we can make this, whether you're a seller, having Pam who knows the markets, knows the people, has the connections to help you get it sold probably before it even hits the market.
Yes.
Because you know where the buyers are. You have your own buyers, but you know who's looking for a particular home, so you can get it sold, and also creating a frenzy. If you price it right, you actually will get more people competing for that home than overpricing it where everybody goes, nope, that home's overpriced. I'm not even going to bother. Whereas if you price it correctly, you'll have multiple buyers going
Yes.
after, correct?
That's one thing that sellers really need to understand is that if it's priced right, you can create a frenzy. Multiple offers are still out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you overprice it, the agents who take overpriced listings are just waiting to help to entice you to lower the price so that you can get an offer. And by then, the frenzy's gone.
Right.
You want a frenzy within the first week.
So the key for today that I think we came out with today is to be realistic and be prepared. Sellers being, wanting top dollar but not being prepared. Buyers wanting a perfect home but not being prepared to potentially have to fix up some certain things. Because bottom line, going into escrow and coming out of escrow or failing to complete that escrow because of repairs or improper expectation is more painful than just being prepared and waiting for the right home.
Right.
All right.
Definitely.
So make sure that you're realistic. We'll make sure as a buyer you're properly pre-approved so you know your numbers. No surprises.
Right.
If it's done right, I know we give you specific numbers here at Skyline Home Loans. So you'll go in there going, I know what my payment is. I know how much money I have to come up with. I know what my options are. And if your lender's not giving you options or just giving you a rate, then you need to go somewhere else. I'm telling you, there's always multiple options to look at. And then you need to go with a professional agent that's willing to tell you what the true value of your home is so it sells for top dollar. The listing price is nothing more than a marketing tool, right?
Right.
It is
Right.
not what you're going to sell the home for.
No.
So if you price it wrong or incorrectly or don't properly prepare based on repairs needed or how it looks or how it's staged, because I've seen, because I do the signature listing,
Yes.
when it's not staged correctly, it makes the house look awful.
Yes,
When there's too
it
much
does.
clutter and garbage, they can't even envision themselves in that home.
Very few people can walk in a door and visualize all the stuff gone and their stuff in the house. So we try to minimalize what's in the home. That's why over the years you've heard taking down pictures, removing certain pieces of furniture. Let the buyer come in and visualize it how they would want it.
All right. So if you're visualizing yourself being successful, either selling your home or buying your first or your next home, reach out to Pam Ingram. Again, how do they get a hold of you?
You can reach me at pamingram.com.
All right. And thank you very much, Pam, for being on our show
Thank you.
again. Love you, adore you, love working with you. I'll see you at the gym, I'm sure. Probably
Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning with Chris Ingram. Hopefully you enjoyed our show with Chris Ingram with Ingram Financial Solutions at ingramfinancialsolutions.com. And then Pam Ingram, the one who raised Chris. And she's at pamingram.com, one of the top real estate professionals right here at RE/MAX. And thank you for joining our show. Find out more at donandgino.com. Have a wonderful weekend.